Hello and welcome to Handmade Originals, the YouTube channel where I tackle a variety of projects in the hope of giving you confidence and inspiring you to have a go yourself. But not today. Today I want to tell you about someone who inspired me, and at the end of this video I'm going to tell you what I did as a result of that inspiration. So here we go. Like most tourists, we went on holiday to Uganda to see the wildlife, and as you can see from our photographs, we were extremely lucky. Uganda is an amazingly green and beautiful country, but while the tourist lodges are fantastic, in many of the surrounding villages life is extremely hard. We frequently heard a saying on our travels that Ugandan women are strong. They have to be. We saw children with no shoes, people carrying water for miles, and women digging manually in the fields, often with a baby strapped on their backs. On our last day, however, we ventured down this rather unassuming track and came to the Ride for a Woman cooperative. Ride for a Woman was set up in 2009 by Evelyn H Rubalema. Hello Evelyn, and her husband Dennis Rubalema, initially with the aim of teaching women to mend bicycles, hence the name. The organisation now exists, however, to support local women struggling at home with issues associated with HIV, domestic violence and poverty. Most of us are familiar with the notion that if you give a man a fish, he has a meal for that day. If you teach a man to fish, he has a meal for life. Evelyn teaches women to sew and to weave. More than 300 women from 11 villages now use or work at the Ride for a Woman community centre. There are currently 57 women employed at the centre, which they attend in 2 groups, each for 3 days per week. They are paid by Evelyn for the hours they work and provided with a meal on the days they attend, and of course good company and support. This wage enables them to feed and educate their children. What they make is sold to tourists in this shop. As you can see, there's a vast range of goods, literally something for everyone, including these ingenious mats made from old bottle tops covered with scraps of fabric, and these carved walking sticks made by one local lad to finance his education. Evelyn also runs 2 guest houses for tourists to supplement the running costs of the cooperative, and she provides free drinking water to the local villagers from these containers at the cooperative. She was at pains to point out to me that she also keeps the overheads low by growing as much of their own food as possible. What is remarkable is that they do all of this on a shoestring. They have old treadle sewing machines and this very modern iron, as electricity is so expensive here. Their supplies are limited. So how did this inspire me? As I've often tried to say in my videos, being inspired doesn't necessarily mean doing the same as I'm doing, but doing your own thing. I was inspired by Evelyn, but I'm not about to set up my own cooperative in the UK. According to the dictionary, being inspired means you are mentally stimulated to do or feel something, especially to do something creative. Basically, action. So what did I do? 1. Well, firstly, we bought some things from the shop, including one of those walking sticks, and we gave them a donation. And then we returned home. And that didn't seem enough, especially when I just turned the tap on to make a cup of tea. Secondly, I really liked the idea of women of the world helping other women. So I got together a lot of sewing supplies, filled a large shoebox and sent them to Evelyn. Sending to Uganda is expensive, but not as expensive as you might think. I was quoted literally hundreds of pounds at first, but I persisted in my search and have listed the most economical way to send to Evelyn from the UK or the US in the description below. 3. I contacted a fellow YouTuber who advocates minimalism and decluttering. My suggestion to her was that if any of her thousands of subscribers were decluttering sewing supplies, she might prompt them to send said supplies Evelyn's way. 4. I contacted Fiskars, a global company with a revenue of 1.25 billion euros just last year. A whole branch of their profits comes from crafting and sewing tools. I've asked them to make a donation of tools or money. No reply yet. 5. Evelyn's last words to me were, "Send my love to the Queen." So why not? I wrote to Her Majesty conveying Evelyn's message. Who knows if anything will come of it. Finally, I made this video. You might think I haven't made anything creative, or perhaps I haven't made anything tangible, but maybe, just maybe, I might have made a small difference to the lives of those strong and inspirational Ugandan women. If you feel inspired by Evelyn, helping others to help themselves, to make a life better for them and their children, I hope you'll want to either make a donation or think of your own way of helping her. If, for example, someone knows how to get solar panels to Buhoma in Uganda and install them, that would be amazing. I'm passing the baton on.